in a world crying out for a top 10 show. John Roca and Matt Nost are here to bring you the top 10. Take it away, boys. Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of the Top 10 Show. I am John Roca.
I am Matt Nost. How is everyone out there?
Yeah, how is everyone out there?
We don't, we can't talk to you, but you can listen to us.
Yeah, that's
We
for
hope
sure.
you're doing well out there. You'll notice a change. There is no video this week.
Or possibly there is. We don't know.
Well, possibly, yes.
Some of you may be watching us on video. We don't know.
Yeah, the audio, it'll be no different.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
be the exact same show. Test driving something else. I should probably get in a little bit better
Yeah, I was going to
frame.
say, you might want to get in frame. We're trying out something here in my office. We're trying to do, there we go.
You got like a foot and a half behind you, a frame?
Uh-huh. Oh,
Just-
move back here.
A
Is that what
tiny
you
little
mean?
bit? I'm saying that way it gives
Yeah,
each other space, kick our
absolutely.
legs out, do all that
No
jazz.
problem. Yeah, we're trying out here something new here in my office, trying to figure out if we can get this thing correct.
I'll tell you this much. I'm zipping up my sweatshirt because
I know.
this makes it look like I got this. I mean, I do. I'm 41 when you see this,
Listen.
but I'm in decent shape for a guy my age.
Trust me, the camera adds. I do not look like I look like right now on that camera. It's kind of mind-blowing to see that. But anyway, we're trying to do this here in the office. As you can tell, you guys who've been following my YouTube channel, I've been slowly trying to figure this whole thing out step by step here. In here, I got lights finally, but it seems to me that it's the colors on the walls that are making it a bit washout in here. So
True.
I may have to either paint the colors differently or get a curtain.
But I do love that there's a classic Indian cooking cookbook up there. And what do we got some masala coming my way
Well,
later?
These are all my girlfriend's cooking books. That's her side of the closet.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell that perhaps that one and a few others that I can read up there.
I get one section of the closet over here that's for my stuff, and I had to put it all in these big bins so that she would have even more space.
Of course.
So that's how we worked it out here
Of
in
course.
here. So I mean, she's been very kind to try to make this all work for me and try to see if it's possible. So, and we're doing this at night, so we have to use the lights.
Correct.
Because the light bulbs in here, the natural light in here isn't that great, so we'll have to figure that out as we go along. And I'll probably be getting some washout stuff, washout blinds for those windows.
sense.
Yeah, to try.
Perhaps a darker background.
Yeah. And listen, in full honesty to everybody who's listening or watching us, the reason this is happening is because I kind of don't want to record at Collider anymore, my own personal feeling, because of what happened. So I just kind of want us to find a space where we can just record, and I don't have to drive all the way back up there and deal with all of that. And for now, it's just, to me, I want to find other options that we could explore. So that's all.
Yeah. Hey, look, it's happened to us before.
Yeah, true.
A couple different times.
True.
It's fine. We just keep chugging along, and we'll see you in London on May 2nd. Doors open at 7, shows at 8, kingsplace.co.uk
right.
to grab those tickets. Pick them up. It's a good deal.
That's for sure. Maybe I'll get a green screen, and then it'll put like the top 10 logo behind us, and then we'll really be set.
It really seems like a waste of a green screen if that's all we're going to do with it.
Well, I'm going to use it for Geek Buddies and other things too.
No, I'm just saying for our purposes.
All right, fair enough.
Just to project a logo on the background.
Oh, so you want to do like our lists and stuff?
Listen, green screen does open up possibilities.
It does. I'm just saying.
And we know at least one producer that's out there looking potentially for some work. We throw a couple bones his way. Maybe helps us out with a thing here or there.
I think it's not a bad idea, to be honest with you. I'm sure Adam could figure this out. And we're just doing this on this HD webcam, so I'm sure down the road I'll be buying a way more expensive camera than that, and it'll be easier for us to get the shots that I want to get. And certainly that's in consideration right now, so we'll see down the road. You know, for those of you who might be donating to the Patreon or thinking about donating, hey, kind of helps. A little bit of cash.
It does.
Always helps.
And unfortunately,
Support
those
the
if
show.
you do watch this one, my natural inclination is to play to the person in the room. So you're going to be seeing this side, basically, of my head, the way this is shot. So I hope you enjoy the emoting you get from this side. Once we're back to a studio, boom, you get both at all times.
Exactly. And there is conversations for another studio, possibly. So we'll see.
Yeah, we got irons in the fire. We'll
Yeah.
be fine. And
Always.
it's all thanks to you out there listening and
Yeah.
support us at Patreon and follow us Twitter, all that jazz.
All that. How are you? How are you, man? How's everything going in your world?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. It's been a weird week.
Oh, yeah? What?
Well, just in the Mamba stuff.
Say this again. The Mamba stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah, sure. Kobe. What a crazy thing, man. Yeah, absolutely. Where were you when you heard the news?
I was on my phone prepping for this week's show. I was looking
wow.
at the Minnesota Timberwolves because they're now at a 10-game slide. They already had an 11-game slide. And after the 11 game, I was like, this is...
Yeah.
How is Cat an all-star?
All hands off deck.
Yeah. Well, like, what are you guys going to do? You got Wiggins under a crazy contract, and now they're in the midst of another 10-game skid. And then I saw it on Twitter, and it was like, rip Kobe and all this, and I clicked on a couple of them trending. But it was so early on that there was no means like to understand what exactly was going on.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this? And then 20 minutes later, Catherine's on the couch, and she's like, did Kobe die? And I was like, no. I think they're using it as a metaphor because he got supplanted by LeBron just 6 hours before, 12 hours before.
That's a good, like
rip Kobe.
consideration.
Yeah, and I was like, that's what I think it's just people clowning and giving Mamba some love.
Of course.
And whatever. It's trending because it was a cool story.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes after that, I saw it come up in like a hashtag now, and I clicked it, and it took me to the TMZ report, and I read it. And then I started getting texts like within 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was. I was in the Sprouts, and I got a text from somebody who used to be affiliated with that organization, and they were like, "This just happened," and I said, well, "I just froze." Right, my girlfriend's all bopping around the Sprouts shopping, and I'm just like, because she was in a
It's not real.
energetic. Yeah, I would just froze, and she's just like, "What's the problem?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then because she's not a sports fan, she doesn't really know who Kobe is. And so she was doing her thing, and I took the cart, and I was like, babe, I'm going to go stand over here because I got to process this.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, all these texts kept coming, and then she came over, and she's like, don't tweet anything. You don't know for sure what's happening. You don't know.
For sure.
You know, you got to wait to see the official confirmation. So I was like, all right, I'll wait. But I was just sitting there frozen. And then watching the surreal experience, Matt, was watching other people look at their phones and just freeze in the Sprouts here on La Brea, just like freeze. And they're looking at it, and they were just kind of like shocked. And I saw a couple of people just like walking like zombies. And one dude walked up to me and goes, "Did you hear?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I don't understand what's happening." And it's just like, it was just really shocking for so many people. Because he's only 41 years old, man. I mean, that's kind of crazy. And he was making this turn.
A huge turn. Yeah. He won a fucking Oscar.
Right.
Just 18 months out of basketball, he wins an Oscar. It's like, what is this guy's second act going to be? Because he's setting it up to where he's got Jordan's like awareness of just being this all-time pantheon killer.
Yes.
But he's got Magic's business sense, and he's got, all that stuff, plus the writing and the more abstract ideas that he wanted to bring to various stuff within basketball, like Muse Cage and when he was doing those breakdowns and et cetera.
Oh, right. The ones on ESPN Plus.
Yeah. It's just over and over. It's like, he's got this, and he's doing this over here, and he's got that, and then the push with his daughter going to the WNBA.
Right.
Okay, what is that going to be like? Just crazy. Gone. 41. So weird.
I know.
I saw more Kobe jerseys in the most random of places that night.
Wow.
I went to a movie, went to the grocery, dropped by somewhere else, but I saw Kobe jerseys everywhere.
Yeah.
It was fucking nuts.
There's already like 4 or 5 murals up all around the city that people just painted like either overnight or in 2 days. There's one on Melrose that had I was driving back I went to a Birds of Prey screening today, and on the way back there was like 20 people in line to try to take pictures with the mural of Kobe holding his daughter, and it's crazy. Yeah. It was crazy, man. I mean, is there another death that comes close to this sports-wise that you can think of?
No.
Like this young and with this possibility?
And you're so much more famous today than you were even 5 years ago,
Great point,
not even 10 years ago, but billions of people literally know who Kobe Bryant is. Billions.
Right.
That's bananas. That's usually it's eons down the line when you get to those numbers. You're Julius Caesar. You're Alexander the Great. You're everybody. You billions know your name. And now that can happen. Him, Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, anybody that transcends on an international level like that. But Kobe, I think, is even bigger because it comes from America.
Right.
And basketball is a sport that translates all over the world, even though ratings are down here in this country.
Aren't ratings down across the board?
Yeah,
for all sports
but
leagues.
What metric are you using these days? Do you count Twitter? Because some games and a ton of clips get played on there, and is that added to the overall? What about social media impressions and
I think people streaming now, that's the real thing. People streaming, so they're not watching.
Across whatever app it is.
Exactly.
So long as the NBA gets their piece, they're fine.
Yeah.
You can't replace live sports.
Where are we at right now? Is it almost... We're getting close to the middle of the season, aren't we? Like February is usually when the All-Star game is.
We got All-Star break coming up. We got trade deadline.
Yeah, all that's coming up real soon.
Yeah, super soon.
Yeah.
Trade deadline very, very soon.
Did you watch Shaq's reaction to it? My God, that was...
Yeah, I've seen so many. I've like the past 3 days, I've gone through, read articles, seen different perspectives. Because I was never a Kobe fan. I respected the shit out of him.
Yeah, I said that too when we did the thing on SEN Live. I said, look, I got to be honest with you. I thought he was a ball hog, and I didn't like. He was the most hated
basketball player in the league until his last 3 years, when we all were like, look at this fucking guy.
Right.
He somehow managed to spin that. It's really impressive.
Yeah, the twist on it all, because that had been the knock on him, is that he was selfish. And
yes,
he could get petulant, things of that nature. Remember that one playoff game where he didn't pass the ball or didn't shoot the ball at all in Sacramento for an entire second half?
There's a great clip of him. It's like 2 years before he was out, maybe
or
3.
Was it Phoenix? Yeah.
Reporters were getting let in as practice was finishing off, and Kobe's walking off the court, and shit, now he's Charlotte's GM. Son of a bitch.
Joe Demps?
No. Oh, anyway. What? He yells at him. He was like, I can't win with this motherfucking trash. In essence, I believe it was that, but it was like the Smush Parker years.
Wasn't Kupchak. Was he yelling at Kupchak?
Mitch Kupchak.
Yeah, Kupchak.
Yeah.
All right, so he was yelling at him.
Thank you. I had it and then lost the fucking thread of it.
That's right.
Walking off, and you've got the audio of him, and he's right. Yeah. That's when I agree with him. It's like, you're wasting the last couple good years of this guy's talent. Yeah. He's still a damn good shooter, and he'll get you, a dunk every once again, a lot of sweet layups.
Right.
But he's like Vince Carter. Vince dunked the other night at 43. Good for you, man. It was pretty sweet. And he got off, and he did a little handlebar rev, just like Vince can. It was great stuff. I don't know what that's called, but that's what it always reminds me of. Rev the engines, baby.
I think that's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's really funny because so many people spoke so glowingly of him over the last couple of years already as he was making this transition. There were all those tributes that came out afterwards and stuff.
Yeah, but it's always going to be weird because of Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, and we brought it up as well. I brought that up, and I said, whatever your opinion on that is, that's your own personal point of view on it. And that's kind of how it is. However you feel of it. There's that Washington Post reporter that got suspended for tweeting about it, and then she got unsuspended because people on social media went crazy about it. That she would be essentially barring her freedom of speech, and it was nuts all around how people reacted to it, But yeah, the Colorado thing, a lot of people still come back to that and have an issue with it. And other people have kind of put it away because of all the positive things he's done for women and his daughters and female sports and the WNBA, So it's like most great people, they are complicated people. Yeah.
And so it's hard to evaluate. But I always respected the living shit. My favorite Kobe moment was him in the 2008 Olympics when he took over against Spain. At the end, nobody else had the balls.
Yep.
And you had LeBron, CP3, D-Wade, Carmelo, Jason Kidd, like all stellar Hall of Famers across the board. And they all went, Kobe is directing this right now. And that to me, and as an American watching, having a root interest, yes, get the ball to Kobe. He will make something happen right now. He had a couple nice assists. He made a couple back buckets. One was a three-pointer, and it's just like, yes, he's the only one with the stones to pull this off.
There was never a more consistent alpha male since Jordan until Kobe, in my opinion. And LeBron, no matter how great he is, LeBron has never been that full alpha male. There's always those games where he disappears or those passive-aggressive Instagram posts. I just don't see him as a full alpha like I see Kobe, where it's life.
I think it's just different.
Yeah?
I just think it's different.
Okay. All right.
He's got a little more magic in him.
True. Yes, he does. Yeah.
He's still got a killer instinct, but he likes to get along with people.
Yeah, he does.
He likes to have fun.
Kobe doesn't give a shit.
No.
Kobe didn't.
No.
Yeah, when he played.
There was a clip rolling around of him, something like, in the finals, are you happy that you're up 2-0? And he's like, no. And they're like, really? You're not going to crack a smile? And he's like, is the job done? Like, next question. And you're like, okay. I mean,
excuse me.
Well, is that shit real? Okay. You're taking, all right, I understand. It's the championship. This is your job. I totally get it. My bad.
My bad, man.
My bad. That's how you're approaching this. So be it. Yeah, he had a lot of Jordan in him. He just didn't pass.
Yeah.
And that was my problem. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
you have such a gravity. You can draw all these people, but now I'm trying to fit you into, a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it bore out that that's not the type of individual you were.
Yeah.
So you were still impressive to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And I always enjoyed it, even when you were going against my team and I wanted to win. It's impressive nonetheless.
It was weird because I cheered for Jordan for so many years. It was weird to have a Kobe Bryant version of Jordan come down because I'd never cheered against Jordan.
You're talking to a Bulls fan.
Right. So to have a guy who's like constantly just destroying teams left and right, and you can't. And then it wasn't just him, obviously, because I mean everybody knows his Game 7 stats aren't really the best stats for a player who's considered to be one of the greatest. You can look at that, but it was always Derek Fisher or Rob Horry or somebody who was bailing him out. Never was that way with Jordan. You get that Paxson
Jordan
shot.
never went to 7 in the finals.
That's true.
So we don't have any data on that. Boom, motherfucker. That shit talk from 20 years ago. How you like that? Sauce. Wow.
Dude, come on. The man's not even in the grave yet. Jesus, Nost.
I'm just talking about Jordan. It's not against Kobe. I just don't have stats. Literally don't have stats on that.
True. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a complex understanding, but I will miss, where he was going to potentially go to.
Yeah.
One mistake does not make a man.
No, right.
So you can redeem yourself and grow. That's the whole fucking point. Nobody's life is perfect. And I'm not excusing that. I'm just saying if he's going to continue to live, we have to move on. If he paid his debt to society and whatever the case is, then so be it. They can move on.
Plus, there's two. I mean, there's like what the charges were dropped, and then there was a civil case.
That he settled out of court,
right,
and the charges were dropped by her because she wouldn't show up to testify because she felt that the prosecutors had bungled everything up until that point. Right. Why do I want to go through this? It's going to blow up my fucking face.
Yep. And there's a lot of women who I spoke to who read her account of the story and were like, "Yeah, that rings very realistic to me. That rings very true to me." So that's what you can say.
But then you could also say from his perspective, like he's used to women throwing themselves at him.
Right.
Who knows if they were both drunk? I don't know. I don't remember that aspect
exactly.
of it. But if he caught some assumed signals because he's just so used to women, it's a misinterpretation because you also have to look at it from he has been infinitely famous and wealthy since the age of 17.
Right.
He's had a different existence than all of us. I'm not excusing the behavior. I'm just saying when you're used to a specific environment, you assume that environment extends outward, just as she did.
Yeah. But also, it could very well be true that he forced himself on her, didn't take no for an answer, and wanted to take what he wanted because he was so used to having his ass kissed all the time.
Yes.
People throwing themselves at it. So that's the complicated nature of it. Nobody was in that hotel room except those two people. So my thing is how he threw Shaq under the bus afterwards. I mean, seeing Shaq cry later, I'm just like, oh, well. It's all time, though. Time heals everything, You move on.
They forgave each other.
Yeah, and they're competitors, and that's part of the game.
Now, how much they forgave each other, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
But they were openly nice to one another in public, and they supported one another. And I know that Kobe is friends with Shaq's son, who's basically going to be a next wave potentially of a guy that'll be in the league in a couple of years.
Right.
They DM'd each other, I guess, on Instagram or Twitter, one of the two.
Yeah.
Just shooting the shit, asking, picking Kobe's brain type of thing.
Yeah.
There's still love there. It's just it's fucking complex. It's love.
Yeah, exactly. And someday maybe. It's about competition. Someday maybe Bibbs and I will be friends afterwards. After the Schmodown's over, we'll see. It's that kind of thing.
I don't know where we're at in the storylines. Is that so you guys are mortal enemies now?
We've always been mortal enemies. We'll never be. But there's always the possibility that sometime down the road we'll come together as a team, which would be very interesting. But
well, speaking as a guy who's been teammates with both.
I totally fucking forgot about that. That's
what
right.
Was it 2 matches?
Yeah, 2 matches. The legendary matches. Bibiani made him put your partnership with him at like number 2 moment of Matt Nost's career in the Schmodown. Ridiculous.
Written by who?
Yeah,
what
exactly.
journalist? I mean, no offense to whoever wrote that, but it's one person's opinion. Now, does that person have a pulpit? Or they?
No, well, they wrote it on the Schmodown website. When we had the Schmodown website, that Bibiani was
this was
in charge of.
This was more than likely editorialized by a
Yes.
certain individual that
I
we know.
think so. He claims he didn't, but I spoke to the original writer. And he's like, I didn't have that in my top 5. And I was like, oh, I see.
I texted him a congrats, and he's like, "Oh, thanks, man. Come back."
Oh, yeah.
He's always asking. It's very kind.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys do, fucking buku numbers, whatever the case is, expand
You
outward.
should come back, man. But they just signed the deal with Skybound. You should come back and do something.
You're
an
you know
entertainer.
what? If you can create a seat for the grumpy old man, and I sit off in the corner and I judge whether or not I enjoyed your intro.
Look, if Makuga can come and do these intros, you can do the intros. You'd be as funny as Ellis or as funny as Makuga. I'm just saying.
They do intros?
Yeah, they do like little stand-ups that intro the shows. They're like 10, 15 minutes, especially the live ones. So, sorry about that. Let me get the mouse. All right, just want to make sure.
Hopefully
we're figuring this all out piecemeal.
Yeah, if that was a Frozen video for a half beat.
No. Yeah, right. No. It should be fine.
No, onwards and upwards. Godspeed to all of you. I wish you luck.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll see what happens. Anyway, all right. Well, let's jump into this week's top 10. Matt reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, we got Birds of Prey coming up. Mm-hmm. What do you think about female superheroes?" And I thought he meant female superhero movies.
No.
And I said, "Are there 10?" And he said, No. Pick a female superhero and your favorite movie that you like that person in. So is that basically that's it?
That's what I did. Some of them have been in numerous,
Right.
and just like I'm cherry picking this one, and I did it kind of with 2 movies in particular, just because of the emotional impact, where I liked a lot of the action that they were doing specifically within that.
Right.
It's like boom, but you've been in so many that it's kind of hard to pinpoint or nail down one specific one.
Yeah, true. Good point.
But yeah, we haven't really we haven't talked superheroes in a little while, so this was nice,
Yeah.
and it's a different take on it. We've never done it.
I get so scared we're going to run out of ideas for this thing because there's so many superhero movies now.
For superheroes, yes.
Yeah.
And thankfully Star Wars has slowed down because I don't know what...
For now.
For now.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
We'll see once...
you don't invest all that money.
True,
into-
very true.
I'll tell you much. The Disneyland area looks amazing.
Oh, yeah, the new one, The Rise of the Resistance or whatever?
I haven't seen it. I'm just saying the area itself.
Oh, yeah.
But there ain't shit all to do over there.
Okay.
So you just kind of walk around and you enjoy. Like, I can't imagine going back all the time unless they keep adding things to it.
Are you done? Like, how quickly does it take you to finish seeing everything in that Star Wars land?
Well, I've only done it once.
Right. Did you see everything?
Yeah.
How long did it take you?
I don't remember because you don't really look at your clock at Disney. But a couple hours. We rode one of the rides.
That's it? A couple hours?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
We went into the cantina, but we didn't get any food or drinks or anything. And then, although we didn't go to the lightsaber or droid making rooms.
Oh, yeah. That's extra. Or
they charge for that. Just like, you know what? I don't need the experience that bad. I hope you guys make a nickel, I'm sure you will. You're Disney.
Those things are like $280 or I forget how much the lightsabers were.
Stupid
It's insane.
expensive.
Yeah.
Stupid expensive.
I was like, I don't know if I needed a lightsaber.
I appreciated that they stole that from Harry Potter, at least in my understanding, with the wand room. And you get to build something as opposed, but the wand room's got a nice little spiel. It's not as expensive.
That's what I used to do.
I know, but let's see if that Harry Potter land has legs. I think so, but who knows?
Yeah, well, it's still kicking around. And if they add that Diagon Alley, then we'll see if it keeps going. I mean, the Florida one is incredible. It's better than the LA one.
Okay.
It's way more immersive. Whereas the LA one is subject to the fact that they only have so much land.
Yeah, no, they built it for some fucking reason on the top of a hilltop.
Yeah. So
that was a good idea.
Yeah.
So you can see everything inside an amusement park where you don't want to see anything but the amusement park.
Yeah, you go to a certain area, you can see like the Simpsons land or some shit, so it takes you right out of it. Whereas in Florida, you're literally surrounded by because the buildings are so tall, you can't see over them.
Well, I mean, I've been to the one in Florida once.
Yeah.
But it wasn't full on like it was here yet. No, it was like very early on. We're going to have all this. So they had one of the rides that they have now, and then they had something else. They retro fitted something to make it a Harry Potter's, like random dragons type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But Universal wasn't, my favorite down there. So
Right. Oh, yeah. Fair
it was
point.
all right.
Fair point. Yeah.
Just a lot of people with sleeveless shirts or shirts off walking around.
That's a hot
I wasn't used to that.
Orlando's a hot city, man.
True, but I've been to Disney World, and I
yeah.
don't recall anybody walking around with sleeveless or shirts off.
You don't do that at Disney.
Shirts off.
Shirts off?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Tucked into back pocket, walking around because it's warm enough.
Oof.
It was, September at some point.
That's Orlando, son. That is a
Oh, no,
Orlando.
I've been to Orlando a few times. It's
Yeah.
it's muggy as shit until like 3 o'clock, and then it rains for 20 minutes. And it's pleasant at that point. And the next day you wake up and it's like, oh my God.
All over again.
You can fucking wade through this humidity. It's so thick. And then it rains about 3:15. Boom. It's like, oh, it's not bad. It's every time I've been there, it's in essence my Orlando experience.
There you go. Well, all right. Well, we should jump into the list, man. Matt, you want to tell me how the show works?
Once we set a topic, we go our individual ways and create personal top 10 list. Show back up here. I do my bottom 3. He does his bottom 3. I do my next 2. He does his next 2. Then we trade one apiece. Once we have revealed our personal top 10 list, we create the shows between the two of us.
Boom. Nice. No stumbles this time. That's nice.
A lot to choose from.
Yes. Certainly a lot to choose from. This will be interesting.
Yeah, I'll be intrigued to. I think there's obviously going to be some set ones we both are going to have.
Yeah.
But it's the additionals here, whatever the case is.
Right.
At 10, I went Okoye.
Okay, that's the Denai Guerrera character?
The woman from Walking Dead?
Yes, Denai Guerrera. That's my number 9. So, yeah, definitely
Okay.
Black
I
Panther.
chose Infinity War.
Oh, okay. I chose Black Panther, but all right.
I like the fight in the trench.
Okay.
Against the other female villain or whatnot, and it's her, Black Widow, and then Scarlet Witch comes in at the end.
Right.
But I've got that. It's the only one on my list where I have that / Black Panther because it's like, it's an either or on this one.
Right.
But Infinity War had such a good punch overall for me.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I know I'm going to watch that one way more to me. So that's my favorite of hers.
Right.
And hopefully, like the next Black Panther and whatnot, she gets a larger role rather, or gets used, a lot more in different action sequences because she just has a commanding presence.
I enjoyed her greatly in that movie, and it was also kind of the one where, well, at least for Black Panther, I'm saying, it's the one where she, like, people are like, oh, she does more than just Michonne? Oh, snap! And so people were all about it, and so, or Michonne, however you say it, and that excited me to see her work in that way. So I'm absolutely down to see more from her as it goes along. And especially to play this character again in the sequel. So I'm a massive fan of that. So yeah, she was great, and she was badass, and the way she used the staff. And for me, it was the scene where they're the car chase scene where they're going after Claw in the film and in Black Panther.
That was close. It was like, that whole sequence where they're at the bar and then they leave from the bar and whatnot. It's a nice build of like an espionage type of feel.
Yeah.
Because they've been this secret government that has existed, so they would have their own spooks.
Right.
And she would be one of the spooks. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I like this.
Yeah.
But I just, in Infinity War into Endgame, just had such more emotional impact overall.
Yeah.
To see T'Challa die.
Right.
And she's the one that stays.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that thought they were actually going to kill him, you're like, well, right now, Loki's the only one that's technically dead.
Yes.
After this. And, they figured out how to bring back Gamora, so good to go.
Good to go. We're all set.
Black Widow,
We're
unfortunately,
all set here.
no.
Oh, yeah, right. Black Widow.
But those are, Black Widow and Loki, but Loki's coming back.
Yes.
So, Trickster tricked his way out of death again.
Of course. I know there's no way you're getting rid of Tom Hiddleston.
I know. Well, just because
makes no sense.
It was in a different sequence of when they brought back people.
Yes.
And who knows where it ends up but it could be when Hulk snaps his fingers later on.
Yeah, right.
It brings him back in that reality or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Agreed. Agreed.
But spoilers. Although anybody listening to this, you've seen it. Even if you don't like Marvel, you've seen it at this point.
There's no
or
time
know everything
codes.
about it.
I don't think there's any time codes for that one, is there?
No.
Okay, good. I was a little concerned.
9 for me is Jean Grey next 2.
That is a lot higher for me. That's a punt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't think it over the course of time.
Okay.
I think it's slowly receding.
Okay. Fair enough.
8 for me, Nebula from Endgame.
Wow. That is my number 6. Do I punt at that?
Yeah,
point?
we'll punt.
Okay.
We'll punt. We'll get to
punt.
yours. That's fine.
All right. My number 10 is Brie Larson, Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay. I put that higher.
You
so
did.
that's a punt.
That's a punt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 9 was Denai Guerrera, which I just said, right? We both agreed on. Yeah. So then my number 8 is Chloe Grace Moretz in Kick-Ass.
Oh shit! I highlighted and didn't put it on. I would take Jean Grey off. I'd put her about. I was thinking in that 7 to 9 range. So yeah, I'm good with you there.
Okay, all right. That was a badass.
It was. I don't know
film.
why I didn't transfer it over, but oh well, that was my fault.
No worries. It's a badass film. She was great in this thing, and she's used to playing these. And at that time, she was coming out of playing those little
she's a little kid.
Yeah, she's playing those not saying Nickelodeon, but young adult films. I guess she was in these young adult films, these kind of more childish films, and so she was doing what she was doing. And then she got this part, and you're just like, holy crap! Well, she was kicking ass. So, pun intended.
But coming out, it was a Nick Cage film. Like that's and not saying it was billed as such.
Right.
Just, that's how I knew about the project. This was his next thing coming out. Oh, something called Kick Ass. And I was like, huh? But yeah, she's awesome, flat out awesome at all the action. It is so impressive. Like watching it, you're like, oh man, her center of gravity must be so low.
Oh
and she can just spin around and just do all this amazing, believable acrobatics.
Right.
Because the other dudes just could take a punch.
yeah. Kick ass could only take a punch.
Yeah, he take a punch.
Or something else. Yeah.
Hit Girl had to develop a skill.
Right.
There's actual time effort. Big Daddy did a good job.
She trained her.
Yeah. If this you could tell from a young age, she's an assassin. Like I need to channel this a la Dexter's dad into something good. Because that born and raised to do that.
Yeah.
And then he's got no nerves or something.
Yeah.
Surprisingly good film. Yeah, she's excellent in it.
Yeah, I mean, and the sequel's okay, but she doesn't really. It doesn't.
Yeah, no, I don't even count that.
They make it more her story in the sequel, which I thought was fine. But in the first movie, the reason it's lower on the list is because she's not she's highlighted, but she's not like the lead of the movie, right?
True.
That's Kick-Ass. It's his story, blah, blah, blah. But her story is so interesting and so fascinating. And watching her deal with the death of her dad and deal with what she's going to do next. And then also kind of pseudo-train him still to do what he's doing. All of that combined just kind of put it on. I had to put it on the top 10. And when I was doing the research for it, I stumbled upon. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta put her on here because she's so great. And
she is.
It's not the standard DC Marvel stuff, but this is outside the mainstream superhero films, right? Kick-Ass is not really seen as the mainstream film, so I was like, even more so, I got to put it on the list. So yeah,
it's comic. It's very representative of an actual comic book in that they look hyper realistic.
Yes.
Once they put on the costumes and whatnot and the action sequences, how slick it is.
Yeah.
Which is a great way to transfer that feel onto a live, as opposed to the Marvel route, which is it's uber real. This is real life.
Yeah.
And this is not. This is, hyper realized life.
Is this just fantasy? That's what you're saying. That's what you're asking.
It's true.
That's what you're asking right now.
Talk about a movie that didn't deserve to be nominated for
here we go.
an Oscar.
All right, what's your number 7?
7 is Scarlet Witch.
Ooh, nice choice, man. Not on my list, but
not on your list?
I do enjoy her portrayal. So please take it away.
Well, in Infinity War, because that trench scene that I like, she's the one that eventually comes in and saves them.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I think it was Okoye, like, why were you in the back?
Yeah, right.
Why were you in the back? It's just, we got problems up here. It's almost like what Poe and Finn do to Rey.
Yeah.
And what Poe does mainly. We need you out there.
Right.
You're our best.
Right.
What are you fucking doing? It's like, oh, that's true. That's true. What are you doing? You're training while there's a war going on. And then you see her do what she does, and spoiler alert, magic happens.
That's for sure.
Yep.
I enjoyed her. I always enjoy when she comes on, of course, because I mean, the more she gets to do, it's. I think the more she kind of brings her natural talent, her like next level, A-level talent. That's why I was pushed back with all these recent comments from all these directors about these films, because I'm like, they're not fucking B-movie actors in these movies. These are Oscar-nominated actors, Oscar-winning actors that are in these movies. And Elizabeth Olsen, I mean, she's been making her bones on the independent movie scene for quite some time. I recently... go ahead, sir.
I was going to say, that accent is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And yet I buy it from her the entire time.
Right.
That's how good she is.
Yeah.
It's a more sensual Malkovich from Rounders. Vision. You're like,
Pay that man his money.
Exactly. But it's got a better lyric to it. Better,
she
better rhythm.
She's more subtle. Yeah.
It's
it goes
sing-songy.
in and out, but it's
does.
subtle. Right.
But I'm still buying the reality that she's creating.
Yes.
When she has to, kill her husband.
Yeah.
It's a great scene, and she's doing this and then trying to hold off Thanos between the two of them, and then it explodes, and she's destroyed. And he was like, "Bop, bop, bop. Let me just turn back time." And that's got to be crushing.
Cruel, man. So cruel.
To take away the thing that you did, and now you can't stop, and you're like, this is brutal.
Right. And you're right to choose that movie. I think that's the right movie to choose for her because there are great scenes for her in Civil War. And there are great scenes for her in Endgame as well. Like when she says to him, "You took away everything."
Yeah, but he was like, "Who are you?"
Right. But it was a great moment, power moment.
Sure.
But the Infinity War is the right movie to choose.
She got to shine more.
Exactly.
The story's more focused on her.
That's why I'm looking forward to see what she does with the WandaVision thing. That looks like I got to interview her for that Facebook show. I'm sorry for your loss, and we asked about it, and she's like jovially. She's like jovial about it. She's excited about it. And so that got me excited that I want to see what she does with this character. If they're letting her breathe a little more in the role, then I can't wait to see what she does. Yeah.
That's why she made my list.
Yeah.
So my 6 is the punt from you earlier, Captain Marvel.
Okay. Wow, 6. All right.
Well,
talk to me.
The problem is she's Superman. You know what I mean?
True.
She fixes every problem. So you can't use her.
Right.
And it's a great line of, where were you? We could use you.
Right.
Over this time, like there's a lot of worlds out there. Everybody's losing 50%.
Yeah.
So I chose it from Endgame. It's once all the guns go skyward, I knew she had finally come back, and it's a great. This is how big this problem is.
Yeah.
We are going against his orders because we have a new inbound threat that we can't decipher. Like, I don't know what this is. This massive ball of energy coming towards us.
Right.
It's a beautiful illustration of why her Hulk. A few others, like you have to use them sparingly because they're the answer to all your problems.
That's true.
So, and her coming down and going toe to toe with Thanos, that was great. Captain Marvel, it's by Marvel standards, it's mediocre.
Right. That's why I put it at 10. It's not a good film in my opinion, but she's good in it, and I like her journey in it. And I wish if they had which is, I suppose that's in my belief is the. I'm sorry, I'm trying to say 3 sentences at once. My belief is the reason that Marvel kind of let go of those 2 directors from Captain Marvel is because they realized they didn't really capture the magic of what Brie Larson can do with that role. And you saw what the Russo brothers did in the limited amount of screen time she had in Endgame, and were like blown away by it. And so they were like, we got to find a director who understands how to put Brie Larson in this part and make her shine. And she certainly shined in Endgame. But I put it at 10 with Captain Marvel because there's a lot of good moments where she is actually doing great work as an actress. And, of course, that power moment at the end where they're doing the montage and shit, it's pretty badass. So I liked all of that. I had no complaints about her performance. It's the movie itself, which is why it's 10. But
I didn't even consider.
But if you choose the other movie, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. If she wasn't in Endgame, then she wouldn't make my list.
Oh, that's fair. Totally fair. I can see that.
Because of that, because it's a great... When you're watching it, and you're just like, okay, this has to be Captain Marvel. As soon as the guns went up, that's immediately where my mind went.
Right.
I was like, oh, yeah, we got to reintroduce her because brought her up in the first act.
Yeah.
You didn't have her in the previous. It was the build-up to the release before the movie came out.
Yeah.
So we know we're getting her. So in that moment to see, like, boom, the true power just walked into this room.
Right.
Someone that could actually stand potentially toe-to-toe with Thanos if he didn't have this damn glove already. It puts you at a severe disadvantage.
Yeah.
She'd probably easily take him if he doesn't have the glove at all. Because I don't know what he could do to stop that, pure energy.
Oh, nothing.
Except absorb it.
But that's the point earlier, right? She's so powerful that you have to write around it. You have to figure a way to get
You
got to
figure out a way,
Yeah.
Unless you introduce kryptonite.
It's just some version of it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Your version of, but you have to make, otherwise it's like, well, this individual's never going to lose.
Right.
So why am I engaged in this?
And she does have other, enemies that can be her kryptonite. They just haven't been highlighted yet in the film, which we'll see what happens in the sequel. We'll see what they do. But that's basically kind of what we're getting to, I imagine, at some point. All right.
Well, I hope they get kryptonite for the theme song for that movie. Let's try and make that happen. I am kryptonite. I hated that fucking song. It was the worst. The worst.
I heard it once and just never let it play.
I don't know how you got away from it because it played everywhere for like 6 years.
Was it Three Doors Down? Is that who it was?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Woof.
And then you hear it at like fucking baseball games every once and again. And I guess for certain sections of the country, it's a jam.
Oh, yeah.
It's
they
an
love
anthem.
It. Oh, yeah. They're all into it.
Yeah, it just seems so by the numbers. Like, guys, it feels like they're trying to manipulate you and they're succeeding. Like, because the song's
Don't you tell me what to do.
The song's just not engaging to me.
Yeah.
So it's meat and potatoes, but it's the worst. It's shitty steak and shitty potatoes.
Right.
Like, these things were rotten before we got them. Potato famine style.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that's my thought on Three Doors Down. So
That's good. I like it.
you want to hate? Come at me. Come at me. At Matt Nost.
Who's it? You can't come.
At Matt Nost. Hit me up.
Yeah, who's coming at him for that?
Somebody we listen to. Listen, we got fans that are Offspring fans. Die Hard, and that's at the top of their list. Looking your way, Texas. You know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, wow. It's Offspring, Three Doors Down.
There's a whole bunch. There's so many bands. There's so many bands I love.
Middle period of the 2000s, I think, or something like that. Isn't that right? The 2000s,
roughly.
2005, 2006. All that shit came out. It was like, oof.
Well, Offspring was earlier than that. They started 95, 6 probably would have been their first album.
Okay.
And then they kept releasing shittier and shittier versions of the same exact fucking song over and over. And people are like, hell yeah.
In the 90s, it was like, was it like Candlebox and Sponge and all that kind of shit?
Yeah, but they were all the same.
Yeah, right. They were the same. Right. You see, you got caught up in that.
Yeah, they didn't stand out. They were fine.
Yeah.
If you're into this style of music.
Yeah.
And if it's your favorite band, so be it.
Right. No one's judging you.
I am if it's Three Doors Down and Offspring. I'll fucking tell you that right now.
I'm not judging.
No. Others, it's just like, whatever you're into, you're into. I do not, But some bands, it feels manipulative.
Yeah.
Like they were designed by some sort of fucking producer and just put out into the world just to make money. Like Nickelback. But those, it seemed like that's they came up, just like all these bands came up together and they made themselves, and good for you. Make $1. I'm not against you.
It was Scarlet Witch. Wait till I show them what the band they have now. Anyway, all right. So my number 7 is Evangeline Lilly, Wasp.
Okay.
Yeah, really. So I'm assuming it's not on your list.
Not on my list.
I really enjoyed her in Ant-Man and the Wasp and in Ant-Man. I didn't know coming out of Lost. I wasn't the biggest fan of Evangeline. I thought she was great. How can I explain this? I thought Evangeline Lilly was great with every scene on the island. But whenever they showed her back in the real world, I saw she wasn't so believable as an actress. So for me, I had my doubts about her transitioning. And of course, she spoke openly about the fact that she had a really hard time with the fame and the success. She didn't understand what this was going to be like for her life.
How could you?
Right. And that's the thing that I kind of, as I've gotten older, I've become more sympathetic with that because it can be overwhelming. And yes, you go, well, why'd you become an actor? Why'd you take the job? But you really don't know.
No, she went from nobody. She was on adult number commercials,
right?
Which I didn't find out about until afterwards.
Yeah,
somebody's like, "Hey, check out this commercial." It was early internet, and you can find it. And it's like, "Oh wow, like that's crazy." That doesn't look like it was maybe in the past couple of years.
Right.
To everybody in this country has seen Lost.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's one of the last few shows I remember where it was huge. That Game of Thrones,
yes.
Sopranos, where you knew everybody was watching along with.
Right.
Breaking Bad towards the end.
Yes. God, I got it. You know what? I got to finish that. But yeah, anyway, when she did the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit movies, I was like, okay, she's doing good work here. Let me see what's up. Look, we're not going to argue that trilogy. I'm just saying, she's doing good work here. I want to see what she does next. And then she did Ant-Man, and I was like, I really like what she did in Ant-Man.
For Ant-Man alone, she almost made. I didn't enjoy Ant-Man and Wasp.
Oh, I see. You didn't like the movie as much. Okay,
I didn't like it. It's one of my least liked Marvels.
Okay,
I just walked out and I was like, that was a bummer.
Right.
For me, for what I wanted from this movie.
Yeah.
That's fine. Everybody else seemed to enjoy it. Good for you.
Yeah.
There's more than enough Marvel to go around. So and if the next one is good, great.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not against it. It's just, she was good in it, but she didn't really become Wasp to me until the second one.
Right, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, and then in Endgame, she's in and out.
She is. She's
pretty quick.
Yeah.
So,
but I liked her in the movies, and I enjoy her throughout the process of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I think she's good. I never had a problem with her outside of. I just wanted her to keep getting shots because I liked her.
Yeah. Well, because I like that she seems like, because she's the one in control. She's the one that can do everything.
Yeah.
And that's the classic thing that you see nowadays in superhero movies and in these other franchise movies, which to me has become frustrating, where you see that the main dude is absolutely an idiot, totally incompetent, shouldn't even be the chosen one. It's the woman that has to kind of guide him all the other female hero who has to guide, like an Aquaman. Mera was way more capable than Aquaman, but because of some stupid tradition about family or whatever, he gets to be the king. And I'm like, Mera is on top of everything, and it's like she's got to train this idiot who wants to piss on a fucking whatever it is, a kind of symbol or whatever it is, to try to get the answers and the questions. You're just like, why is this idiot even remotely in contention to be the leader of the fucking nation? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And this is 70% of the world surface. The world's surface is the water. So it's like, this guy? So when you see that kind of shit, it bothers me. But in Ant-Man, it works because Paul Rudd knows he's an idiot in comparison to her and Michael Douglas. So he plays it that way.
He's a felon.
Yeah, exactly. He's a felon. Right.
But he's
not dumb,
unaware
but
of
he's
felon. Yeah, he's a smart guy. He's just got himself mixed up in a couple things.
Exactly. And she's so on top of everything. It's fun to watch her kind of play both sides and still play the softer,
her
tender
fucking
moments.
dad invented a particle that can make you go to subatomic to 80 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that household was pretty tough.
Yeah.
Just saying intellectually, I'm saying that one might have been, you should be smart coming out. If you're an idiot, dear God.
That's on purpose. If you're an idiot, that's on purpose.
It is pure rebellion.
It's willful rebellion.
Right. You choose never to read because I'm sure they were forcing that down your throat in science and literature and, I said literature, but philosophy or whatever else,
Right.
That's what fucking math is and whatnot. After a while, it's just philosophy.
Yeah. Philosophy. That was my number 7. So my number 6 is the punt from earlier.
Jean Grey?
Yeah, Jean Grey. I really liked what she did in X2.
I was going to say Famke Janssen, right?
Yeah, Famke Janssen.
In X2.
No, please, I'm not even talking about Sophie Turner. It's not even worth talking about. Nothing against Sophie Turner. I just mean I didn't like her portrayal in those 2 films.
I didn't like those movies.
Yeah, those movies are terrible.
She was part of a whole entire menagerie of things I wasn't the biggest fan of.
Yeah.
I don't blame her any more than I do like 15 other decisions.
Well, I went back and watched X2, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hadn't seen it in a very, very long time, man. You know what's been funny since the whole firing dude or letting go, whatever do you say, is like I've kind of slowly fallen back in love with movies. Like there's not this pressure to be on top of everything, see everything, go out to the screen, cover everything, read everything, watch everything. It's more like now at my pace and what I want to do. And it won't last for long, I'm sure, unless the YouTube channel takes off like crazy and I can really, support myself with it. But until then, it's nice to feel like I'm falling back in love with movies. Having the desire to put on a movie again has been great. And X2 the other day on a Saturday, I just wasn't feeling good. I had anxiety kicking that day for whatever reason, and the girlfriend Lindley wasn't around, so I was like, fuck it, I haven't seen it in forever. It's on one of the channels to stream. I'll watch it. I'm trying to remember if it was any good. And she's fantastic in this thing. Writing that love triangle between Wolverine and Scott Summers, becoming Dark Phoenix at the end of this thing.
Yep.
But the whole time. And the thing is, Famke is one of these actresses that is subtle in her performance. Mm-hmm. She's not going to grab your attention. She's not going to win Oscars with, attention-grabbing roles. She's just really damn good at what she does and solid at what she does.
Sure.
Even a small part in Rounders. She's like heartbreaking.
She's undeniable.
Yeah.
In those scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
You're, drawn to her by her presence.
Exactly. And she's desperate to be with Matt Damon's character and so those kinds of things. And so when you see her in something like this, she really shines. And when she showed back up again at the end in X-Men Days of Future Past, and her look to him and their interaction, I was like, damn, she still got that chemistry with him, and it's great to see. So I think that's a big part of it too. For me, is the chemistry she has both with James Marsden and with Hugh Jackman rather. So that's what makes her.
And Hugh Grant.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't. It's lower on my list because I don't know how often at this point I'm going to go back to watch X2.
That's fair. Totally fair. Like I said, it was just a random Saturday.
Yeah. So I always liked her part, and I've seen X2, a lot of times.
Yeah.
But there's been so many other better films to me since then, and I would happily readily watch those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched like the first Avengers again.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it in a while. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about like this is the actual sequence through this.
Right.
It's interesting to see the characters with training wheels on.
Yeah. It's weird. I don't think it holds up as strongly as it did. I think some of the dialogue is a bit clunky and whatever, but it's still incredible that all those superheroes.
But you look at it, you're introducing technically Hulk,
yes,
Hawkeye for the first time,
right?
What, Scarlet Witch?
Yeah.
Which had she been? No, she wasn't in First Avenger, but she was in Civil War, or Civil War and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Anywho, totally lost the thread of exactly where I was going.
You really
I started thinking about her in Winter Soldier and something else and something else and something else.
I just saw you walk off the cliff.
I know, I did. Like... Flat out, my brain went down. I was literally watching my mind's eye, the sentences spin off in a couple different directions. I'm not even kidding. It's an actual train of thought leaving the station. I watched you do it. I'm not kidding. It's like they were going down a long tunnel.
Oh my!
Same age as Kobe Bryant.
Well, maybe this is a good time to take a break before we jump into our top 5 and hear from our sponsors, Matt. While you get your thoughts together. All right, we're back. Thanks everybody for supporting our sponsors there and the things that we talk about on Anchor app and everyone who's downloading us on all your podcast streams. And if you're watching this video, if we approve this video and you watch this video, thank you so much for watching us on this video. I guarantee you we'll do a better job in a better situation down the road. But this is it for tonight. All right, what's your number 5?
5 for me is X-23.
That's a punt.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right.
Why is that a wow? It's one movie. It's top 5. That's not bad.
Yeah, true. Fair point. I just thought it would go a little higher. That's all. That's my own opinion. My number 5 then is Gamora.
That's my 4.
Okay. Yeah.
What'd you choose?
I chose Infinity War.
So did I.
Yeah.
The scene with Thanos on Red Skull's hellscape. I don't know what that planet was called.
Right.
But
the whole sequence, the whole film. The back and forth with Thanos, the whole film.
Yeah, and the build-up.
Remembering and her telling everybody.
Make sure you have to promise me that you'll kill me.
Yeah.
To Star-Lord, to Quill. And he tries to uphold that, end of the bargain at one point. Although rewatching now, seeing Infinity War a few different times, when he punches Thanos, you're like, this is over. Yeah. You're the reason. If anybody gets to be assigned blame in all of this, you could say Strange, but Strange had gone through all the 14 million permutations.
True.
You were just hot-headed. But the full build-up to when, he turns on her and you realize that she's the one, and then you see her slowly come to that realization herself and the desperation. This is in the middle of a fucking superhero movie.
Yeah.
It gets really dark. That has an emotional impact. It's impressive. But, the first Guardians... She's awesome.
Right.
The growth between her and Quill and her and Nebula and 2 and just over and over and over. She's been consistently fantastic.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I think she's just, and that's the thing. She's solid in everything she's in, but she really got to show what she can do as an actress in Infinity War. The interaction, because she's always in control of Quill. She's always in control, in essence, in control of that group. Then you've got strong person like Raccoon and of course the Drax and all that kind of jazz. So she has to find her spot in that. But the interactions with Thanos are where you see what Zoe Saldana can do with this character.
Yeah.
And what kind of depth of emotion and the layers she can play in the interactions of a father-daughter and a daughter that was taken after entire people were killed.
Yeah, 50% of the population of her world was killed. Instead of snapping a finger, they just... told them to pick a side.
Yeah.
And then they chose which side got killed. So these people randomly selected themselves to be murdered or live.
Yeah.
So whole families are more than likely wiped out.
Yeah.
So if her family's on the wrong side because they're all going to be huddled together.
Right.
Adios.
Yeah.
That's fucking brutal.
Yeah. Well.
But at the end, it's nice to see where they're going to go in the future.
Yes.
Because, this is the guy? This is the guy to Nebula?
Well, it was this between this and a tree. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get me on the first kick, but the second kick's where you got me. You're like, and now adding Thor to this is going to be a good stew.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And with Taika coming back, you're just going to be.
And
brilliant.
Nebula, see, now you have Zoe and her doing some fun, and my guess is they gang up on somebody else.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, you could have put Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in there, too, because she had such great scenes with Nebula as they're repairing their relationship.
Sure.
But I think Infinity War, I think we're both right about Infinity War. That's the one where you really got to see her shine.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So that's your number 4?
That's my 4.
So that was my 5. So then my 4 is Nebula.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, dude. I think she should have been nominated for an Oscar for Endgame. She is incredible in Endgame. Both sides.
Pardon me.
Sure. Playing both sides. You have the older version of Nebula.
True.
And then the version of Nebula in the past. Right, I'm sorry, the past and the present Nebula. Both of them. And she's playing both sides in the situation. And throughout it, she's the driving force, right? She's at the beginning, that scene, all those scenes with her and Stark are great. Mm-hmm. And then when she's the one telling them what they need to do about Thanos, what needs to happen, blah, 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 all that she goes through, I just thought she was incredible. And what we had seen glimpsed in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, what we had seen in Infinity War, she really got to show what she can do in Endgame. And I liked her interaction with her dad, the stuff with Gamora, and also when she confronts her older self and says, you don't need to do this, blah, 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 all of that.
Pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
Clap, clap, clap.
Bam! So all of it.
Well, part of it, because I almost felt like it wasn't a cheat, but she's only good in in one movie, in essence. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She was such a villain, yeah. So, she's a superhero.
Right.
So it's like, well, she was a bad. You could tell there was an inkling of a good person in there.
Yeah.
But like Vader, you had to coax it out.
Right.
Because the world had treated her so poorly. Like, her dad can fucking disassemble her.
Yeah.
She keeps building herself to get his approval, and he's never going to give it to her because he wants to keep pushing for it. It's this just disgusting.
Yeah.
I understand the sad thing is both perspectives of just wanting that, and then the other one of like, well, by me denying you that, you're pushing yourself harder than you ever could.
Right.
So I am actually helping, in his mind, I'm assuming, helping her become the best she can be.
Yeah.
Like, I guess.
All right.
Yeah. If this is if that's the product that you want out there, then you've done a fairly successful job.
That's for sure. And it shows.
Yeah.
All right. What's your number 3?
My 3 is Valkyrie.
Yeah. That's my 3.
Okay. Thor
Absolutely.
Ragnarok is my choice.
Dude. Not even a contest.
So good.
So damn good.
So good. And watching Hemsworth trying to be machismo, throws the ball off the wall.
Oh, yeah. The whole.
Bing, bang right in front of her. Yeah. Getting up. She just plays calm, cool, and collected. That's why going into Men in Black International is like, dude, they have such good chemistry. I'm all for it. And if they want to make another one, I still believe in the two of them.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I do.
I think it's dead. That franchise is dead.
It's
now,
not.
For real.
It's not.
They tied a bag to
It's been proven to be too good a moneymaker to be dead.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, okay.
It's a law of diminishing returns. The second one didn't make that much money. The third one made even less. And then this one really bombed. So
then you put less money into the production and hope it turns into...
I guess that's fair.
Triple, quadruple your budget as opposed to going $1 billion.
But it's about brand recognition, right? When you hear Men in Black, do you get excited? Nobody gets excited anymore.
No, intrigued. Maybe they'll get it right this time.
That's Transformers. That's the Transformers franchise.
No, it's not.
Maybe they'll get it right this time.
No, it's not.
That's a great trailer. I hope they get it right this
Never
time.
said that once about a transfer.
What?
Dude.
That's the common narrative.
Fool me once, which they did with 2. After 3, I was like, no.
You're done.
I'm not buying any of this bullshit trailer. I didn't see the last night.
You would lose your mind if you saw the last.
It's just
at 10 minutes.
It's too fucking long. Mm-hmm. They're too long. You do not need to make talking massive robot movies that last 3.5 hours or whatever the case that one does. Does it shamelessly go to China again in the third act for no other reason other than to ensure the release in China and also get the China product placement? It's fucking.
They go to Cybertron. It goes insane. It goes
Do they really?
way out there. Yeah. And they go back to King Arthur times, the Transformers and the Decepticons were around during the King Arthur times.
Shut the fuck up. Now you're just messing with me.
I'm not.
Now you're just fucking with me, right? Merlin brought them back?
Stanley Tucci is Merlin in the movie.
You got to be fucking kidding me. So what? We all live the same life.
Yeah.
Over
basically.
and over and over again?
And then the Decepticons, as they go through history, Decepticons were with the Nazis as well to trying to take over the world.
So nobody has historical record then.
Other than Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, but the victors just destroyed all mention
All
of
mention of the Transformers and the Decepticons.
and somehow only Anthony Hopkins. This is the dumbest fucking premise.
You got to see the way he tells the story, though. It's
Sure.
It's believable.
Yeah, believable my ass. Does Wahlberg have the worst and / like he made the best of a terrible situation Bud Light product placement?
I didn't even look for the product.
Because Tucci's got one in China
He does.
where he's got like a juice box, and you're like,
Yeah.
Jesus, this is shameless. You're going to make money.
Yeah.
If
There's no need to push it.
Oh yeah, the world has already said we'll throw it at your fucking face.
Yeah.
But when I think it's in the one before with the fucking dinosaurs.
Yes.
But he like pops the top on a
Dinobots.
Bud Light, and he's drinking it there. I think he's out fighting with the Goodman robot.
Yeah.
And a couple others. Prime's former crew.
That Goodman robot
Primeless.
was terrible, man.
There's a lot of terrible. Okay?
Prime, we're gonna fight you, Prime. And the Japanese, I thought the samurai robot would be badass, and because they got Watanabe to do the voice, but in the end, they don't give him anything to do.
It was boring.
It was kind of bad.
It was boring. You took this character and you made it boring. That's how fucking bad you are at
I
this.
still watch it though. I still watch it. God help me. I still watch them.
Yeah.
What is going on? My list keeps deleting and then saving itself. It's very, very strange.
I don't know.
It's
need to get a
freaking
new
me
phone,
out.
too.
It's freaking me out.
So those both are threes?
Both are threes. Yeah. Valkyrie's just incredible. Tessa Thomas is fantastic. The drunk stuff from the beginning is great because people play drunk. Usually, it's like, hey, I'm stumbling. She plays it so brilliantly well, and then her progression throughout. And then when we see her as Valkyrie, like in the past, and seeing what happened with Hela.
That part is beautiful.
Right?
It's an oil. The Renaissance painting come to life.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's just incredible, mythic battle happens. Something for the fucking Odyssey.
Right. And then when she gets on that plane or whatever and she's kicking ass and doing her thing, you're just like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just
top to bottom. I mean,
phenomenal.
she just shines just as brightly as Hemsworth.
Yep.
Or Ruffalo or Goldblum. Although actually nobody outshines Goldblum in this movie.
You can't do that.
No, he's just allowed to do
Nobody can do that.
chew whatever scenery you'd like because it's just perfect for this character.
Right.
So well cast. Taika did an amazing job.
He did. Yeah. So, yeah, all of that, her progression throughout. All right, what's your number 2?
The Deuce, I got Black Widow.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's my 2, too.
Is it really? Or
I
you
put
just
Pfeiffer
changed?
down, and then I was like, oh, that's right. We're not doing heroes. So I changed it to Black Widow in my head. Oh, we're not. She's a villain.
Are you talking about Catwoman?
Yeah, Catwoman.
Yeah,
but
no, she's a villain.
Yeah, she's a villain. So
She's a good villain, but she's a villain.
Because I was looking at my list, I was like, nope, I can't. If Matt says no villains, then we'll put it at
Well, it's superhero.
Black Widow. Right.
If we want to say
Harley Quinn's not a superhero, she's a villain.
I know,
Yeah.
but we chose
We did.
this. Although some people were trying to say that she kind of is. You're like, yeah,
No.
she's not.
No, she's not. But yeah, Black Widow here. And I was surprised. I was like not sure if she was going to keep moving up my list in my head, but in Endgame, she's incredible.
Yeah,
in Endgame.
it's Zoe Saldana, but on the flip side,
Yep.
she makes the choice to hold back on Clint. Now, as that was unfolding, I assumed it was going to be her just because they cut him out of the first movie.
Yes.
So he's got to stick around. Otherwise, why did you squander this character?
Right.
It doesn't make any
and
sense.
give him a character change, turn him into a
so
samurai
assassin
katana
do this
yeah.
travel in the world. He took out the cartel in Mexico, and now
Right.
he's in Japan against the Yakuza. And
Yeah.
it's weird. It's interesting.
Sure.
Like now you made me intrigued about Hawkeye.
Right.
So to see her jump, but it's still a great moment as she stops him and goes off and does
You
it.
mean Ronan there? That's Ronan right up there.
Oh, can they see that?
No, I
they
don't think
can't.
they can see that.
What is it? Something Ronin?
That's Ronan. Yeah, up there. That's the Hawkeye Ronan.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the one they gave out for Avengers Endgame. So yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you
I don't-
so much.
I'm not exactly sure what you're looking for.
I was just saying that it was there. Is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Because I'd rather him play. I like the Ronan character more than the. Now you're analyzing my shit, aren't you?
I'm just saying, looking to see what else you got. Bobbleheads, yes, you got it again.
Yeah, I got Garcia Parra and I got Manny.
I kept those two for a while, and then I tossed them.
Yeah, apparently they're worth money on some markets. I don't know where, but yeah.
What market?
I don't know.
And I'm sure it's got to be very specific ones.
Yeah. Like I still have the Joe Torres one and Russell Martin, his rookie one, sitting in a box somewhere. So it's just like when I was cleaning up shit, I found them. But these two I had to pull out, Garcia Parra and Manny, because it's been a long time since I've had those. So
I have one bobblehead left.
Yeah?
And it's from the sausage race thing we got from the fan.
Oh, yeah.
And they sent you one. He sent you one like 6 months later or something.
Yeah, I've got a box of all the things the fans have sent us, which is really great. Yeah.
So do I. It's unfortunately sitting in a box right now because our place is so small, so I don't know what to do with it. It'll go somewhere, but
right.
I don't know.
Anyway, Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow. But this is one I was saying before. They've been in a lot of movies, and they're great in a lot of different movies.
Yeah.
That's her to me. You could cherry pick, like in Avengers, I like that she gets out of Loki. Having rewatched it again, I was like, oh, yeah, there's a great scene with her and Loki where she figures out that the Hulk is his intended plan in that.
Right.
And it was a great introduction to the character of this is how astute she is. She's not just some pretty face. Like she assessed, manipulated, and got the information just like a spook would do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's really cool. But she gets shown by Iron Man and Cap and Thor because they get to do more.
Right.
Like fly around, and first time you get to see lightning off was it the Empire State Building? It was the Chrysler Building.
Yeah, the Chrysler Building.
Just like, oh, these really cool visuals, and she's on the ground shooting guns.
Yeah.
It's tough to compare.
Right.
But that scene in it was fantastic.
Yeah.
She's got a bunch of those across when she's on the computer or doing the Skype call with everybody. I love it when she asks Okoye, like, what are we doing about that? The seismic activity it was a subduction zone off the coast of wherever.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like, nothing.
What are we supposed to do?
What are we supposed to do against the Earth?
Right.
Okay.
She's really in command that whole movie about what's happening, and then that scene is so fantastic when she sacrifices herself. And it was like I wasn't always the biggest fan of Scarlett as Black Widow, so I wasn't like clamoring for this solo movie. It's ironic. I actually think it's the right time for them to do a solo movie of Scarlett Johansson and Black Widow because she's really grown into the character. And I think coming off of Endgame, she finally got a chance to like be this kind of a pseudo central focus of that movie.
She was.
And she hasn't been in any of the other films, right? She really hasn't been.
Not to that. She took over Cap's role because Cap couldn't do it.
Right, exactly.
So
she was marshaling the
forces. She becomes the authority figure, so you automatically like the burdens that you heavy is the head that has the crown.
Right.
And to see that progression, I don't know, that trailer does nothing for me, so I hope it's good.
Yeah. Oh, really? You haven't liked any of the trailers?
I've just seen the one a couple times, whatever the first one was or something.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
Or if it's played in front of a movie, I guess I've seen it.
There's been a new one that came out during the playoffs, during the NFC Championship.
I like everybody in it.
Yeah.
Everybody that they're showcasing.
Rachel Weisz, everybody's cool in it. Florence Pugh.
They're all excellent actors who I am fully engaged in. Even Pugh, I believe it is not?
Yes.
She's been great in everything I've seen her so far. So it's kind of like when Adam Driver was coming up. They're like, you're crushing.
Yeah.
So keep crushing. I'm in.
You're killing it.
Yeah, you're doing all kinds of different, interesting, bringing a new kind of, anyway.
Well, I apologize to the fans because, like I was saying, the thing keeps deleting and saving, and now I apologize. I made a mistake here. Black Widow was my number 3. My number 2 was X-23, Daphne Keane.
Oh, okay.
That was my real number 2. So I apologize to the fans, anybody listening or watching us. That was my fault. Sometimes this thing is crazy. Maybe I should start writing it down on pen and paper like the old school Matt Nost used to do. Not a bad idea, to be honest with you.
Well, in traffic, I already had a list. But I called Catherine. I was like, hey, I'm going to be driving home in 30 minutes. Can you do me a favor? Take a couple minutes to just write down every female superhero just I can match it against the list I've already done because I hadn't had a full time to do this.
Yeah.
And she's like, sure. And then I, showed up to cobble together from that.
Yeah. So then my number 2, as I said, is X-23. I that's why I was surprised you had it so low. Because to me, although you had a 5, I'm sorry, you have a 5. It's not low.
It's one movie though compared to.
You're right.
Black Widow's in fucking 12.
I know. But I think Daphne Keane is incredible in this one movie in Logan. I mean, I just have an affinity for Logan.
You do.
It's my own personal opinion, and I just love that movie to pieces. I think she's incredible in it for a child actress to play that kind of.
She plays a feral animal.
That's what I'm saying. To go to that extent, and yet have those really tough emotional moments with Hugh Jackman, especially at the end. All that kind of stuff is really surprising to see from a young actress to go to that level and be believable, right? We saw Kirsten Dunst do a version of that in Interview with a Vampire. Like, she's a vampire, so she's got this kind of insatiable desire for blood. But this is something else. Like you said, a feral animal, wild animal.
She is.
Killing without abandon in an R-rated movie, cutting off heads and body parts.
I'm somewhat surprised she can speak. Like,
Yeah,
that she's
right.
taken the time, given how prone to dramatic violence she is. And when you see her upbringing, you're like, well, if I had claws, like if I had these skills too, I would be lashing out at the world. Why do you keep attacking me? I'm a fucking child, but I don't
keep
understand
after
it.
me.
Yes,
Yeah.
I keep getting prodded and poked and thrown into cages, and so there's a reason. But I guess you got to teach them to develop the mind on top of, because they can't just be the clone of Wolverine. Ultimately, what you run into, just a mindless killing machine. You don't want that. I guess actually that Mexican whatever that was, they probably did want mindless killing machines.
Yeah, of course. It's one of what they wanted to turn them into.
Yeah.
The ones they could control, right? Just like you saw with X-24, which was the young version of Wolverine. That's,
Yeah, they just wanted a fucking brutal, what Reiser does in Aliens.
Oh, man.
Ultimately, he's thinking about corporate, if we could weaponize this thing.
What a dick move.
In certain circles, though, that is the first thing you think of.
This is me just thinking. Yeah. That whole
Oh, yeah, I can't remember the character's name.
Burke.
Burke? There you go, nice pull. Yeah, that shit fucking exists,
Of course
unfortunately.
it does.
It's just, once again, one movie.
Yeah.
It was great, but she's more like, like at all times, so it's hard to emotionally connect fully.
Oh, really? Oh,
I do kind of, once there's the troop Lord of the Flies, not really Lord of the Flies, but band of you know, little kids together. It's interesting, and she can maybe socialize in a safe environment and be, grow.
She'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah,
I don't know if they make another one without Hugh.
God, you're right. I know. Well, you can spin off with her. Just where is she?
Is
gonna
she
be at
strong
her
enough?
age? I don't know.
I think it's been too long, and no one. They'd rather see Hugh Jackman again.
Yeah, people have been clamoring for it again.
And he's said no, but
Patrick Stewart just said no too. Apparently, Kevin Feige.
That one, yes, I
came out over the week, last week or something like that. Yeah.
Hugh, I'm guessing he's waiting for like a $35 million payday up front.
You think he's holding out to get paid?
Well, maybe he's tired of doing it, but if they came with a fat enough check, that's my thinking.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Because if he doesn't have a lot of things that are super huge as standalones on the side, so it's nice to have a series because everybody's looking for a series.
Yeah, but I would love to know what he made off Greatest Showman.
Okay.
Because that film was made for like, I don't know, $15-20 million, and they made $430 million worldwide.
But what
was his take?
But Wolverine is a $1 billion property. If he could get points like Downey Jr. did on the back end of Avengers and everything in Marvel going forward,
you don't have to work anymore.
No. So if they really want it back and they feel like they can only bring Wolverine's a great character, has proven that he'll generate even on shitty movies.
Yeah.
Hey, what if we gave you a point or two on the back or whatever that is equivalent to?
Right.
We're not giving you the Downey Jr.
Yeah, we're not going to give you that.
We're not. But we'll give you a little. We'll give you a little something.
Right.
I think he would come back for.
Wet the beak.
That's just a speculative guess because he's a young man.
Very strong statement. You made.
Pat Stewart, I can see why he's done. He's like, what, I've done the care. I'm an old man. My time is precious.
Right.
Maybe I've just moved on. It's fine.
Well, he's doing Picard as well.
Yeah, he's doing Picard.
Focused on that.
He's got his other series, and if Picard dies off quick, he's like, well, maybe I'll be X again. I don't know.
I don't know.
Come back. Hey, Kevo. Buddy.
Kevo. Come find me.
Yeah. At me, buddy. Let's talk. Follow me back. I got to DM you.
I guess because of the mistake there, I've got to push Captain Marvel off my list at 10, so Daphne slides in at 2. What's your number 1?
It's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Well, I think the best
For so
where
many reasons.
It's the standalone individual that is the focus of.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really looking forward to 84.
Yeah.
I think that trailer to me looks really interesting.
Yeah.
And I hope it's damn good because it looks like it's got a firm grasp of what it is.
Right.
I think Stranger Things having just come out and you see the Mo motif and whatnot, I hope it's not too much more like that.
Right.
Like that was only a brief glimpse because we've all gotten that. Now it's kind of like the Falcon being crammed down our throat.
Yeah.
Every fucking movie. It's just like, okay, nostalgia works, but not when it's so ever present.
Yeah.
I mean, this ship is now minimum 40, 50, 60. It's older than that, isn't it?
True. Yeah.
No, technology hasn't advanced. You're still driving a Model T?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I would think it would have, you'd pick up. There'd be loan programs out there.
You'd figure this out eventually.
Yeah, if we got to see Monte Carlo, that means there's a fucking used car version of that.
Good point.
Somewhere in Reno in the space. In the space. There you go.
In the space.
But yeah, Wonder Woman, couldn't believe it was as good as it was.
Yeah.
Because DC has just been such a turbulent trip thus far.
That's fair.
Hopefully Harley Quinn is good and the next Batman, and I still got love for you guys.
Yeah.
What is that face? Well,
What face?
When I said Harley Quinn and the next Batman.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen the next. I mean, they just started shooting that one. Harley Quinn, I can't say too much about it, but I'll talk about it when I do a review of it. But I think the DC fans are going to love that movie. That's what I'll say.
Oh, you've already seen it?
Yeah, I saw it this morning.
This morning.
Yeah, well, it's pre-screening.
Mr. Martini over here.
No! You go home, Georgia. You drinking too much. Did you see that Alien?
Okay, that narrows it down to what? Did you see that Alien?
What was it?
And you're doing the Martini hand gesture you just made up.
I can't remember. Oh, that's what it was. It was. Someone sent me a meme. It was Alien, and it's the head coming out, and then it says Italian, and he's got his two hands.
Oh, yeah.
on this.
Which people corrected me.
I lost my shit.
I brought that up on the show, and they're like, that only happens in very specific areas. And be like, I saw it everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they're saying the hand gestures like this only happens in specific areas?
It's more regional specific.
Get the fuck out of here.
I went there, and that wasn't my experience, but
You were all over Italy, and you saw
was.
all of them doing that.
I saw it in various different cities.
Yeah.
So
what are y'all talking about?
And so much so that I ended up using it to haggle on a price for something.
Yeah.
80. Just going through it. It's so close to Spanish. So long as I can remember specific, I can kind of passably get by.
You can hold your own.
Yeah. They can tell that I don't speak the language, but I can understand type of thing.
Right.
You just got to know a few key phrases, and after that, it's like, so long as you speak slowly, I'm pretty sure I can piece together everything you're saying. So please just work with me. Treat me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But it just will slow down. Izquierdo, para dos, or whatever the case is. Okay, right for two. And then left, I got you. And then it'll be by that kiosk. That's how you kiosk? I'm never going to remember that because I got to remember these directions. And you just walk off. Sometimes it sticks, and other times, like, is that the word for that? And you want actively, but they also, no, I just translated directions.
You just keep asking.
I'm going to stick with the directions. There is a limitation to this.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Gal Gadot, I wasn't the biggest fan of Batman v Superman and her performance in it.
No.
Right? I didn't think she was
That wasn't her fault.
great. Right. And so I didn't have too high expectations of Wonder Woman. Then when I went in, I was like just blown away by her performance, blown away by what she did in capturing that character and kind of bringing it into a modern sensibility, but still remembering the roots of that character so well. Of course, everything she does with Chris Pine, there's just great chemistry between them as well. And then when she's like fighting, of course, the No Man's Land scene, everyone talks about that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
But for me, it's the end sequence. I don't know, people don't like that third act. I don't mind the third act. People get so upset about the third act. I don't mind the third act because she's really a badass in that whole third act. She's fully embracing her powers, and she's learning how to use her powers situationally. Like everybody does.
And she's up against, it's not Mercury. Who's she? Mars?
Mars.
She up against Mars?
Right.
That's what threw it off to me. Even though she is basically of Greek lore, so to speak. Yes, but not, I mean, she's a goddess type of thing.
Well, who's she going to fight? A regular
Amazonian woman? Yeah, I agree. I mean,
that's upset about it. I don't get it.
Because you're bringing in Greek mythology into superheroes.
That's who she is.
I know, but people aren't accustomed to that.
I guess.
So all of a sudden you're like, oh, so there were other superheroes in this world before superheroes?
Right.
So, okay.
And then they were bashing David Thewlis, and I was like, man, don't bash David Thewlis. That's a damn good actor.
Yeah,
What's you doing?
He's fine.
You know, didn't mind him in Harry Potter, did you? Now all of a sudden you got a problem? Anyway, she's so good, and I really enjoyed the film. And yeah, I mean, like, it's tough to play, in essence, the female Superman in 2017 when it came out, 2018 when it came out. But damn if she didn't knock it out of the park. So there you go.
Darn tootin'.
Well, there's our separate lists for this week's top 10 show. And now we're going to combine these lists and put them together. And then, hey, I've got the bongos right here.
Wow. We haven't had bongos in a short bit.
Hey-o.
So here we go. So
All right.
one would be Wonder Woman.
Obviously, Wonder Woman at number 1.
Black Widow 2. Because you have I have X-23 at 5.
Yes. That makes sense. Black Widow at 2.
I'll just say the character names so we don't have to do the movies as
Sure.
well. Where'd you have Valkyrie? 3?
3? Yeah.
Just 3-3 versus 2-5.
I feel like a 3-3 wins, I guess.
I think that's
Don't
the
you?
case.
Okay.
All right, so then X-23.
Which is what, number 4?
Number 4.
Okay.
Then Gamora next.
I had Gamora at 6 now,
Okay.
and you have it at,
4.
and I have Nebula at 5 now.
I've got that at 8.
Okay.
So then Gamora wins that.
Okay.
And then I guess Nebula?
Well, I have
Well,
Jean Grey. You have
I
it
took that
lower.
off for Hit Girl.
All right, so then, yeah, I guess Nebula. Where are we at now?
That was 6.
Okay.
You don't have Scarlet Witch. You knocked off Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
We both have Hit Girl and Okoye.
So, yeah. Yeah, Hit Girl and Okoye then.
Where do you have Hit Girl?
6 or 7 now, I guess.
All right, so then there's Okoye.
do we have
Then my highest is my 6 at Captain Marvel.
Okay, I guess it makes it.
And then my next highest is Scarlet Witch at 7.
Shit. All right. You get it. Was my Evangeline Lilly was my next one, I think, at 8.
Done and done.
All right, there we go. All right, let's do this thing. The top 10 female superheroes and female. Wait. What are we saying? The top 10 female superheroes in movies? Yeah, does that work?
Yeah, sure.
All right. The top 10 female superheroes in movies. Yeah. All right, here we go. At number 10,
Scarlet Witch.
at number 9,
Captain Marvel.
at number 8,
Okoye.
at number 7,
Hit Girl.
at number 6,
Nebula.
at number 5,
Gamora.
at number 4,
X-23.
at number 3,
Valkyrie.
at number 2,
Black Widow.
and our number 1 female superhero is
Wonder Woman.
Oh, Wonder Woman up in here doing her thing.
Man, I need a haircut.
Good stuff. Now you just look at yourself in the camera.
Yeah, that's the end of
love
it. I mean, I've been looking this way the
Have
whole
you?
time, but
All right. We're a bit washed out. I appreciate you all. If we even release this video, thank you so much for watching the video. But definitely, thank you so much for listening. to
maybe
the top
we
10
put
show.
it on Patreon only.
Oh yeah,
Just give it to them there and be like, I don't know, it was a test run. You guys can see it, enjoy.
test run. I think what I'll do next, Matt, is put the camera on a stand and then move the desk back to the middle of the room. And then that way the camera's watching us in the middle of the room and we set up the mics with the stands. That's a better move if we
Probably.
do that. But then we'll have to definitely cover it. If I get a camera that kind of, limits what you can see, another good step forward. It'll be happening. But anyway, what do we got to say? What do we got to plug? What do we got to talk about?
Well, our thanks, as always, to everybody that helps us with the show. Chris Alexakos, Mike Shea, Joe Ibarra, Kristen Smith, and Matthew Hasso. You guys are a hell of a help to us every week.
Very
week.
true. Very true.
Help us get this show out. We thoroughly appreciate it. We can't thank you enough to everybody that supports us over at patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10. Check us out over there. There's a guy screaming in the background. It sounds like he might be a patron too. Check us out over there. You can follow me anywhere at Matt Nost. And May 2nd, King's Place. We're coming back. kingsplace.co.uk. Pick your tickets up there. Doors at 7, shows at 8. We're going to go long for you guys. Add a little something on the back end of a regular show. Working on merch specifically for that show. In Houston, we're working on a replacement.
Yeah.
Trust me, we are working on that. And I think that's it for me.
Okay, you can follow me at The Roca Says on Twitter and on Instagram. And, of course, if you want to support the show, you go to www.patreon.com/the top 10, the number 10 there, and give us some love there. We got multiple tiers. So please, as we're making this transition out of where we're and moving into another area, maybe, throw us some support, throw us some love. Maybe we can get a camera, get all kinds of things that'll help us kind of move into that next situation for us overall. But yeah, like Matt said, King's Place, we want to sell that place out. 400-seat theater. We want to sell it out. So please get your tickets. Don't wait. Don't wait till the last minute because then they'll sell out and you're going to be sitting outside and say, oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. Or maybe, I should have done this. I should have done that. And you're not going to get a chance to see us have a little fun. And it's a long show, like Matt said, 2.5 hours. So please go get those tickets. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's www.youtube.com/John Roca Says. So, all right. That's it. Thanks so much for listening to this week's Top 10 show. We'll talk to you next time.
Mamba out.